Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Mohammad Ubaid and this is another video of Basics of Structural Analysis series. In this series we discuss different topics related to structural analysis, and today we will discuss what is a joint and why do we use joint in structures. Okay, and after that we will discuss different types of joint used in structure analysis, and different types of joint we provide in structure. And along with all these topics we will also discuss force and moment transfer by different joints. Okay, so let's start the video.
Today we will learn joints. Joints is a very important topic in structural engineering because in every structure there will be joint. Okay, be it RCC structure, be it steel structure, or any other type of structure, there will be joints. So to understand joints, it is very important for us because we should know how the joints behave. Okay, and what are some important points regarding different types of joints. So first of all we should know what are the forces which a joint may transmit. Okay, so basically joints, there are two forces, or we can say there are two actions which a joint may transfer to another member. Okay, from one member to another member. Number one is moment and another one is force. Okay, now this force may be, it may be axial force, it may be shear force, or maybe any other type of force. So basically any joint transfer moment force, moment only or force only, or both, it may transfer both. So basically the joints are may be classified according to this classification, like a joint may transfer moment but it may not transfer force. Okay, likewise. So in this way, first of all we will consider a very general joint which we encounter in many structure in our daily life, in our homes. Okay, in any other types of general building, like any other type of reinforced concrete building, we will encounter a very common joint which is a rigid joint. Okay, now what is a rigid joint? So let us take a very simple example. If we have a RCC beam like this, it is a reinforced concrete beam, and it is connected to the column of the story above, and it is also connected to the column the story below. Okay, so now this type of joint, we consider this type of joint as a rigid joint. Okay, now what is the specification or what is the main thing about this joint is, let us take an example or a simplified view. Just right now we do not consider this column, we will just consider a T connection for simplicity and for understanding it better. So this is the beam. What is this? This is the beam and this is the column. Okay, and this is the beam column joint. So now if we consider that this beam is connected to a wall here, and this beam is also connected to a wall on the right side, and this column is fixed in the ground. Okay, so here we may consider that there is the ground level likewise. Okay, now if we draw the simplified view of this assembly, so we can draw it like this. This is our beam and this is fixed at this support on the left, and this is also fixed at the right support, and in the middle of it there is a column which is also fixed at the end. Okay, now this joint is called rigid joint. Okay, so what is important thing about this joint is, if right now what is the angle between this column and beam? Okay, the angle between them is 90 degree on this side and also on this side. Now if we apply any type of loading on this beam column joint, so this assembly will deflect. Okay, now what will be the deflected shape? In our previous video we have discussed the deflected shape of the members connected at different types of joint. So from this understanding we can develop the elastic curve or the deflected shape of this beam. Right now we do not know the loading on this assembly, we do not know the load on this column or on this beam, so we will just draw an approximate shape so that we can understand what is the main thing about this type of joint. Okay, so let us erase this. Now if I draw the deflected shape, so at this point the support condition is fixed, at this all the supports are fixed. So if we try to draw the deflected shape of this assembly, so what will be the deflected shape look like? At this point the deflected shape may look like this. Okay, because at this point there will be no deflection, neither deflection nor translation, nor rotation. Okay, because this joint is fixed, and also at this joint we can also draw this figure like this, the elastic curve. Okay, and likewise the deflect shape of this beam. Okay, so here we can see that the angle which was before, the angle between the beam and the column which was before, let us draw an aggregate view, this angle was 90 degree. Okay, before the deflection. And now what is the rule to find out the slope? The rule is to just draw the tangent. So if I draw the tangent at this point, so this will be the tangent, and if I draw the tangent at this point, this will be the tangent. So if I measure the angle between these two tangents, so this angle will also be 90 degree. Okay, so the main thing is that the angle will not change, the angle will remain same after the deflection. So in rigid joint the theta will remain same. Okay, okay, it will not change. If the angle before the deflection is 45 degree, then it will remain also remain 45 degree after the deflection. So this is the main thing about this type of rigid joint. And now we talk about forces, so a rigid joint may transfer. Okay, rigid joint may transfer both type of force, both type of forces, like it may transfer axial force, it may transfer. So okay, let us first erase this. So a rigid joint may transfer, it may transfer moment also, and it may transfer force also. Okay, so rigid joint may transfer moment first of all, and number 2, it may transfer force also. Okay, so at a rigid joint we will have moment and force both. Okay, now we have understood what is a rigid joint, and now let us move to our next important joint, which is an internal hinge. Okay, so what is an internal hinge? Internal hinge is a very important joint, because this type of joint we may use to make our beam statically determinant. Okay, we will talk about determinacy in our future videos. So right now let us we will take a simple brief of the internal hinge. So if we have two beams like this is one beam, okay, and this is another beam. Okay, and beams are connected like this at both the ends. Now if we join these beams by a pin like this, okay, so this joint is called as internal hinge. This joint is called as internal hinge. Okay. Now what is the main thing about this joint is this joint can only transfer forces. Okay, it cannot transfer moment. So moment at internal hinge will be 0. What is the name of this joint? Internal hinge. Okay, so this is the main thing about this joint. It cannot transfer any moment at this point. So at this point moment will be 0. Okay, it can only transfer force. The force may be shear force or the force may be axial force, whichever the case. So it cannot transfer moment, it can only transfer force. Okay, so this is our internal hinge, and this type of this internal hinge we will discuss more deeply in our next future videos. Okay, where we will discuss the determinacy or kinematic indeterminacy. So right now it is up, it is it for this internal hinge. Now we will talk about our next support, which is a roller, internal roller. Okay, internal roller, we have discussed the roller support in our previous video. You can find the link in the description. If you have not seen that video, please watch this video, because it will help to build your concept about different types of supports and what are the different degree of freedom supports provide. So we will talk about, right now we will talk about internal roller. Okay, internal roller is very much similar to the roller support which we have discussed, but the main difference is that it will be in between the supports. Like if this is a beam, this is a fixed at this end, okay, like this, and there is another beam like this. This is also fixed at this point, and let's say that there is another support. Okay, or we just do not consider this support for simplicity. So if we provide a roller here, okay, like this, if we provide a roller here like this, what will happen if we apply a load here? If we apply a load or force on this beam, so this beam at this joint will try to deflect because we have applied the load. So this beam will try to deflect. So but there is also a beam which is also fixed at this point. So between these two beams at this point there will be force transfer. Okay, so this roller will provide only force transfer. Okay, so at a internal roller we will only have force, vertical force. Okay, whichever the case, if this the beams are vertical, then this will be horizontal force. So this will only transfer force. Okay, this force may be shear force. Okay, but it will not transfer moment. So at internal roller we will not get any moment, we will only get force. Okay, so moment at internal roller will also be, moment will be 0. Okay, we will only get force. So this was our internal roller, and it is a very important support. We may see this support in our practical life. Okay, now we will move on to our next and last type of joint, which is a link. Okay, so we can consider the link support in this figure, or we will just draw a new figure so that there may be not any confusion. Okay, last type of joint is link. Okay, so link for the understanding, we will just consider the same case which we have considered for the internal roller. So this is our beam which is fixed like this. Now what is a link? In a structural analysis or in a structural engineer, for a structural engineer, it is very important to consider the practicality of a structure. Okay, if we are going to model the structure for our structural analysis in any software, then we have the real structure. So it is very important to know the end conditions or to know the behavior of a structure, to model the behavior of our structure in that software for our analysis purpose. So our aim in this video series is to understand all those basics and the intricacies or the complexities of the structure, which will help us to understand the basic or to develop the basics understanding of this subject, so that we can may do well in our field or in our studies. So we were talking about link support. So this is the fixed support, this is the cantilever. Now if there is also a beam like this, which we have considered in our roller example, sorry, let us just make something below. So this is the beam and this is also fixed at this joint. Now what is a link? Link is an element like this. Okay, this is a link, and here this is a metal piece. Okay, so at this point there may be pin, and also at this point there may be a pinned. Okay, so if we put this link between these two beams, so it will look like this. This is our link. Let us draw it with another marker so that it may appear clearly. So this is our link. Now in our previous video where we have discussed the supports, we have discussed that at pin support there may be only rotation. Okay, and the pin support cannot transfer any moment. So this is also the same case. This pinned link, this link is connected at these two beams. Okay, this is connected at this point and also at this point. And how it is connected? It is connected by a pin. Okay, at this point there is a pin, and also at this point there is a pin. So what will happen if we apply a load here like this? If we apply a load P at this point, so what will happen? The load will be transferred. The load will be transferred from this beam to this beam. Okay, now what this link will do? This link will only carry axial force. Okay, so this link can carry only, this link can carry only axial force. Okay, it cannot take any moment. Because why it will not take any moment? Because at this point the connection is pinned connection. Okay, the connection is pinned, so it will not take any moment. So what we have learned from this? We have learned that a link will only transfer force. Okay, it will not transfer moment, which is the same case as our internal roller, because we have seen in the internal roller that internal roller can also not transfer any moment, it can only transfer axial force. So this is also we have seen in our link joint. Okay, so link joint only can transfer force, but it cannot transfer, sorry, it cannot transfer any moment. So moment will be 0. Okay, so this is it for this video, and if you like this video, please share this video, and if you want more informative content, so please subscribe to our channel. And if you have any problem regarding all these topics which we have discussed in our video, so please comment in the comment box, and I will try to answer all your problems as soon as possible. and this is it. Thanks for watching.